Going from this to this involved a string of unfortunate tragic events and traumatic experience that stems from this happy little octopus creature here. What ends up transpiring leads to a dark journey through the lens of 3 children who've lost all hope and purpose, seeking answers given only through the intervention of extraterrestrial means. A beautiful dark tale about an alien octopus trying to bring happiness to those who've never found it. Join me as we go into the latest anime to bring tears to my eyes. Spoiler warning, you should definitely go finish the show and come back and watch this video. Now let's get into it. Man, forget this happy-go-lucky intro. Don't let this fool you. This shit gets tragic. And the nerve to have this cute alien dropped into this sadistic society. The story mainly focuses around Shizuka. Hard times would be an understatement. She's facing her own personal hell. Emphasized when we see a group of her classmates walking by excited. They can't wait. Excited about the bullying they're gonna do to her tomorrow. So Takopi, he's the alien octopus from the Happy Planet, where their purpose is to go around the universe and bring happiness to other planets. He drew the short end of the stick by landing on Earth, and he sees that she is indeed in need of some happiness and smiles.
It's all about smiles and cries.
But he learns very quickly that bringing certain people happiness is a lot tougher than it seems. Shizuka appears to have lost all hope, as you see, which she accepts as her reality on the daily. She's constantly bullied and beat up at school. At home, her father left them and her mother is gone being an escort. A lady of the night, if you will. And every day seems to get rougher as time passes. And every time Takopi sees her, she's more and more bruised and disheveled. Everything comes to a head when one day he offers her one of his happy tools. A ribbon that infinitely extends so you and your friend can always be connected no matter the distance. Now, one of the rules to using the happy tools is that these tools cannot be given to anyone without Takopi being there. She took that ribbon. After some time passes and she didn't come back, Takopi goes to find her, only to see that the worst has come to pass. She used the ribbon to take her own life. What really stands out as the most, poor timing, but the most hilarious and at the same time sad aspect is Takopi's obliviousness to the situations around him. As an alien, he's learning about Earth culture and what certain things mean. So he walks in to see her hanging there. He has no concept of suicide or what it means to kill. And the show will really have your emotions all over the place. You'll be ready to cry because of what happened, but then he'll just show up like this adorable fool. So he's telling her that's not how you use the ribbon. Come down here and I'll show you how to use it. And it's not till her lifeless body hits the ground that it hits him, that she's dead. In a panic, he uses his happy camera to go back in time to the point where they took this picture. So now Takopi has a new mission: prevent her from dying and finding the root of all the problems that lead to this outcome. So now he accompanies her everywhere and experiences what she goes through, mainly being terrorized by this girl Marina. She makes it her mission to make Shizuka's life a living hell, from beating her to destroying her things, telling her she should die. And during all of this, Takopi is just on her shoulder like, it wasn't until he literally stepped into her shoes and experienced firsthand what she goes through on the regular. It got so extreme that Marina would literally wake up and look for Shizuka just to assault her in front of her dog Chappie, for the sole purpose of inciting the dog to then attack her, leading it to him getting taken away by animal control and potentially put down for attacking a child. She wants to take everything she cares about away from her. It wasn't until one faithful day everything changed. changed. You see, after continuously going back in time to save Shizuka from Marina, Takopi finally builds up that courage and takes that leap to save her. This girl is unequivocally dead, and he can't go back in time anymore because he broke the camera when he hit her. But it was this day, at this very moment, that Shizuka finally and truly became happy. She believes in magic, unicorns, fairy tales, Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny. She is ecstatic. She has always wanted Marina dead, and he finally made this possible, bringing that smile that he always promised. He feels a little unsure, but as soon as he sees her radiating with happiness, nothing else really matters, does it? Takopi is willing to catch a body for your happiness. Enter Azuma-chan! He catches Shizuka and Takopi leaving the forest and sees Marina's corpse on the ground. And I was worried for a second because this could have gone a lot of ways.
A witness! Witnesses!
Takopi done already caught one body, and I'm sure he has no reservations about catching another one if it means Shizuka is happy. But it actually took a turn I was not expecting. They all worked together to cover up the murder.
Ho, brother, whoa, now. You got too much dip on your chip, huh?
You see, Azuma fell victim to what makes any man bend. He had a crush on Shizuka. Azuma saw that smile and was like,
keep your heads down, keep your mouth shut, and let me get us out of this like I got us out of every other motherfucking thing else.
So they get rid of any evidence, drop Marina's body in a pod and bury it. And Takopi takes the form of Marina and pretends to be her. No harm, no foul.
But wait! There's more!
There's more layers to this story, for you see, this poor kid Azuma in his mind has to match up to the standards of his older brother. So the mother essentially goes out of her way to prepare these pancakes as a treat if he can produce good results in school. And he's trying hard, man. He studies his ass off. And he does good, but it's never good enough because his brother was always bringing in these perfect scores. And so it essentially turns into, you need to become as good as him or we'll deem you a failure and stop caring about you, making him feel useless. Which is crazy because he can pull off the highest grade in the class with like a 95. That's a passing ass grade. But because it's not a 100, he's scolded. And he got to hear things like, I wonder why you can't get a perfect score. I raised you both the same way. And he only feels validated. He only feels like he's not a failure when he's helping Shizuka. He feels like she's the only one who actually believes in him. That's why he's always going out of his way and doing whatever he can to make sure he handles whatever she needs. Because he can do this. He's not failing at this. He succeeds at this. That coupled with the fact that he also might have a crush, but that's neither here nor there. He even drew up the plans and got the funds to flee to Tokyo, where her dad is, and that's apparently where they hear they sent her dog Chappie. But then it gets to a point where it started feeling like it was a bit manipulative on her end. Like she doesn't care about anything except getting her dog back. But then everything goes to shit when Marina's body gets discovered. You are fucking tripping. But then he actually does it after finally opening up to his brother and confiding in him. This ultimately brings his saga to a close as turning himself in gets the clinic that the family was running closed down. His mom becomes bedridden due to stress. His brother loses his job, but he was finally able to reconcile with his brother. So he asks Takopi if he goes back in time, to tell that version of himself that it's okay to argue with his brother. However, while all this is happening, Shizuka is having a vacation, bruh. She took that trip to Tokyo, having ice creams and sweet treats, having a good old time. All right, it's time for an anime recommendation break. It's a spot in the video where I throw out a random show I've seen that I would recommend people to check out if it sounds appealing to them. And so this anime recommendation break is brought to you by Apocalypse Hotel. This was one of them ones. Welcome to Gingaro Hotel, the last hotel remaining on Earth after a virus forced humans to flee the planet, leaving nothing left but plants and wildlife and the robotic staff of the hotel, whose prime directive is to provide the best experience to their guests. Our acting manager, Yachio, awaiting the return of the humans, is determined to remain the best hotel not only on the planet, but in the galaxy, welcoming any and all guests from all over the universe. With Earth now vacant, this opens up visitations from species all over, leading to a wonderful watch. The way they managed to give the robots who don't even speak personality, and the emotion and comedy, this show got me teary-eyed a couple times. Easily one of the watches of the year. Seeing her desperation for humanity to return play out, evolving her character, the metaphor of Earth itself becoming a hotel for visitors. They even have some crazy action episodes in here, cause you never know where the episodes are gonna go and what's gonna happen. Highly recommend it. Now back to your regularly scheduled program. And then she finally locates her father, and reality hit her like Fire Raga in Alaska.
なんでお父さんのことをお父さんって呼ぶの?
よくわからないな。
Yeah, villain arc activated. Her only attachment to this world was Chappie. And if you don't know how to get her to Chappie, she wants nothing to do with you, leading to the ultimate turning point where she turns on Takopi. But then we get hit with the actual pivotal twist of the show.
どうして忘れてたんだろう。殺さなきゃ。久世静香を殺さなきゃ。
Ooh, that would have been a mean cliffhanger, wouldn't it? But now it's time for the other side of the story. Marina's side, to be more specific. In, let's say, the original timeline, Takopi actually met Marina instead of Shizuka. And it's here we learn Marina is also living in her own personal hell. Her father tries to divorce from the mother because he was sleeping with Shizuka's mother, while Marina's own mother was struggling with mental problems to the point where she's constantly on the receiving end of physical abuse.
マリちゃんもそう思うよね。違う。私のせいだって言うの？あなたも私の。
Marina wants to grow up to be a good mother, and Takopi vows to help her do so, but first we have to find a father. Enter Azuma-chan! Marina likes Azuma and tries to set up a date at her home. Her medicated mother is finally happy that Marina is meeting with a boy, and then everything goes to shit when
自殺未遂したっていう。
Yeah, that brother's starving.
oh, he had it bad for Shizuka. But this unfortunately leads to Marina having to tell her mother that he likes someone else, leading the mother to snap, believing that Marina is making fun of her due to her husband not liking her, and in her own twisted mind pushes all of the blame of the unfortunate events that happened in the family onto Marina.
全部私が。 ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。
While holding her mother's corpse, Marina reflects that she should have killed Shizuka back in the 4th grade, believing that all of this would not have happened had she did. Hearing this, Takopi takes it upon himself to decide that, okay, if I go back to the 4th grade and kill this Shizuka, that'll make you happy? Say less! Now, if someone can explain to me, maybe I missed it, but he goes back to Happy Planet to use the big clock to go back in time so he can kill Shizuka, but he's then told that he broke a rule of Happy Planet. But I don't know at this specific point in the story which rule he broke, because this is before he meets Shizuka and gives her the happy tools unsupervised, and the mother didn't even know what it meant to kill, so that couldn't have broken a rule. So I'm wondering what rule he broke here at this point in time. If somebody could explain that to me, let me know down in the comments below, please. But he goes back in time, but in the process loses his memories, and we see what plays out. That's where our show actually began. But with his memories now restored, he's conflicted because he's supposed to kill Shizuka to make Marina happy, but then he sees the horrible things that Marina has done to Shizuka. He learns that people can be good and bad at the same time and waits to confront Shizuka, who's at her wit's end. But he refuses to let her fall any deeper into darkness.
ごめんね静香ちゃん。何もしてあげられなくてごめんぴ。
But she asks Takopi, what was I supposed to do? What choices did I have? She doesn't have anything left.
こと言ったってもうパパ戻ってこないじゃん。ママは私のこともう好きじゃないじゃん。静香ちゃん。じゃあピーも戻らないじゃん。
He said, even if it feels like you've lost everything, you still got me. And I'm going to make you happy. And then we get to the moment. This shit, it's even hard just saying it because this is what broke me. He uses his happy powers to fix the time traveling camera, sacrificing himself to create a timeline in which her and Marina actually bond and become friends due to his influence in their memories. And Azuma-chan actually has friends and a relationship with his brother, managing to keep his promise to everyone.
ありがとう。バイバイ。
Man, forget all that. In my mind, he just went back to the happy planet and everybody lived happily ever after. I even cried watching everything back for this video. I ain't watching it no more. But this show was so good, and Takopi was an endurable necessity. Taking a happy alien and having him experience each of their situations really created some compelling storytelling and uneasiness. He experienced fear for the first time. He was taken to his wit's end. His original sin being him going back in time and being the one that ends up killing Marina. When they covered up the murder and he was happy that Shizuka was happy, but then started experiencing that guilt when he went to Marina's family as her. They tackle mental health issues heavy in this show because everyone was dealing with their own struggles. I had to watch some action stuff after this one. It's like when people gotta watch cartoons after a horror movie. I had to lift my spirits. But that's enough of my yapping. Now it's your turn. What are some other bangers y'all have been seeing lately? Have y'all seen this one? Did it make you cry? Did it break you? What are some other animes that should be on the radar? Let me know down in the comments below. Hit that like button and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.
Push the goddamn button.
Join the lounge and grab yourself a seat. Share with your friends or anyone who loves anime like us.
Tell your friends about me.
I appreciate you all for watching. And as we always do, when we close out, he's on that happy planet, man. I don't give a damn what nobody say. He went back to that planet, goddammit. Let's all raise a glass in the air. Here's to anime.